If you thought The Young and the Restless had already reached peak nostalgia and drama this December, think again. Today's episode detonated a full emotional fireworks display, pulling viewers straight into 2 decades of love, war, passion, betrayal, redemption, and everything that makes Genoa City the most addictive fictional town on daytime television. The show didn't just deliver a tribute episode. It delivered a time machine. Michael and Lauren's 20-year love story unfolded in a parade of flashbacks that didn't just warm hearts, they lit the fandom on fire. And just when fans stopped crying long enough to breathe, real-life news dropped that Christian LeBlanc is taking on a major 2026 stage role that could redefine his entire career. Add to that the rising fear that Audra might be the next Y&R character on the chopping block, Victor launching an all-out war on Jack, Noah and Audra colliding in an emotional minefield, and Billy and Sally preparing to fight their way into media history, and what you get is a soap landscape primed to explode in 2026. Strap in, because today's Y&R wasn't just a tribute, it was a warning. Genoa City is about to erupt. The Young and the Restless delivered an emotional, history-soaked episode that fans will be talking about for years. In a genre where characters come and go, where romances combust overnight, and where villains reinvent themselves as heroes and then fall again, there are few things as rare as stability. But for 20 years, the marriage of Michael Baldwin and Lauren Fenmore Baldwin has stood as one of the longest, most dynamic, and most beloved unions in all of daytime television. Today's special episode was not merely a retrospective, it was a celebration of everything that makes Y&R iconic. It was a reminder that history matters, that love can survive the chaos of Genoa City, and that sometimes the quiet victories are the most moving of all. From the moment the episode began, the stage was set with warmth, humor, and the unmistakable chemistry that Christian LeBlanc and Tracy Bregman have cultivated over 2 decades. Soap fans know how rare it is for a couple to remain together for this long. Betrayals happen. Resurrections happen. Ridiculous misunderstandings happen. But somehow, Michael and Lauren carved out an island of stability in the middle of the storm. Today, their story came full circle in a celebration that paid tribute not just to their characters, but to the actors themselves. The episode took place at the Genoa City Athletic Club, the setting of countless Y&R memories. Michael had chosen the GCAC as the site for his and Lauren's anniversary event, and it was an inspired choice. The club carries its own nostalgia, but the real emotional core came from the flashbacks. Y&R did not hold back. Fans were treated to early 2000s footage, the flirting, the fights, the heartbreaks, the reconciliations, and the unforgettable casino-themed proposal that secured Michael and Lauren's place in soap history. The show understands its audience. It knows how invested longtime viewers are, and it rewards that loyalty by revisiting the moments that shaped these characters. Michael and Lauren's banter was as sharp as ever. Only they could turn a romantic celebration into a comedy routine. Michael teasing Lauren about her resistance to his so-called powers of seduction. Lauren pretending she was immune. Their dynamic has always struck the perfect balance between passionate and playful. Even after 20 years, nothing about their chemistry feels forced. If anything, the passage of time has deepened it. The flashbacks, too, felt refreshingly organic rather than gimmicky. These weren't scenes shoved in for nostalgia's sake. They were woven into the emotional structure of the episode, reminding viewers how far these characters have come. Y&R honored its own legacy today, and in doing so, it stirred a wave of fan appreciation rarely seen in the modern era of soaps. Phyllis briefly made her presence known, because it is impossible to have any celebratory event in Genoa City without Phyllis Summers drifting into the frame like a red-haired disruptor waiting for a reason to ignite chaos. But in a twist, she didn't cause chaos. Instead, she added to the emotional resonance. Through all their battles, Phyllis remains a friend to the Baldwins. Her appearance reinforced the interconnected nature of Genoa City relationships, how characters weave in and out of each other's stories, leaving marks that last decades. The episode also nodded to fan favorites who were not physically present. Gloria received a mention, reminding viewers of her larger-than-life personality and the impact she has had on Michael and Lauren's lives. Their sons, Scott and Fenmore, were included in the promise of a family vacation, highlighting how deeply rooted the Baldwin legacy has become. And then, as the episode wrapped its romantic journey, fans were hit with real-world news that deepened the impact even further. Christian LeBlanc, the man behind Michael Baldwin, is stepping onto the stage in 2026 for a 3-night performance of Edward Albee's At Home at the Zoo. This follows his acclaimed role in the Zoo story earlier this year, and now he returns to the East Coast theater scene with a production that promises raw psychological power. The idea of LeBlanc stepping into a role defined by emotional danger and existential tension feels fitting. He has always been a performer who thrives on complexity. Watching him embody Albee's world will be a gift for viewers who appreciate acting that cuts deep. This announcement didn't overshadow the tribute episode. Rather, it amplified it. Fans were reminded not only of Michael Baldwin's legacy, but of Christian LeBlanc's tremendous range and continued artistic ambition. At Home at the Zoo will run January 15th to 17th, 2026, with talkbacks on the 15th and 16th. It is expected to be a magnetic, intimate theatrical experience. Yet, while the Baldwin celebration was the emotional centerpiece, Genoa City is far from peaceful. Several storylines continue to build toward explosive climaxes, and today's episode reminded viewers that history and sentiment do not prevent the future from crashing through the door. One of the most pressing concerns among fans is the future of Audra Charles. The character has become a lightning bolt of energy, ambition, and unpredictability. Her feud with Claire has escalated dangerously, leaving viewers genuinely worried about how far Claire might go and what Audra might do in response. The chemistry between the rivals is electric, and both actresses elevate every confrontation with their intensity. But fans don't want to lose Audra. Her sharp wit, fiery ambition, and ability to go toe-to-toe with characters like Victor Newman have made her indispensable to the show. Many viewers believe she is one of YNR's strongest characters, and the show itself seems aware of her appeal. Yet, the constant tension with Claire has raised fears that Audra might be written off permanently. She has too many enemies, too many secrets, too many situations where she could realistically become a casualty. But the hope is that 2026 will instead be the year of Audra's ascent, not her downfall. Some fans want her paired with Sally in Abbott Communications, a storyline that could open doors to new alliances and rivalries. Others hope she distances herself from romance and leans into empowerment. Audra is a survivor after all. Characters like her are built to rise, fall, and rise again. Meanwhile, Victor is gearing up for another war, this time with Jack Abbott. Their rivalry is legendary. Their clashes have shaped decades of Genoa City politics, business, and family conflict. This time, Victor may have the AI program at his disposal, a dangerous tool capable of bringing down empires. Jack, on the other hand, is rumored to be shutting down his own company's operations temporarily to avoid falling victim to Victor's latest scheme. It is, in every sense, a chess match between titans. And with the holidays approaching, nothing is guaranteed except more tension. As if that weren't enough, Billy and Sally are preparing for the long-delayed launch of Abbott Communications. Their journey has been riddled with interruptions, setbacks, and sabotage, some of it intentional, some of it simply cruel timing. Kane once shut down their entire event, sending guests home before they even had a chance to celebrate. The question now is whether history will repeat itself or whether Billy and Sally will finally secure their moment. A successful launch could reshape the media landscape in Genoa City. Newman Media has enjoyed a monopoly for too long, and Victor's influence has allowed the family to control narratives, crush reputations, and alter public perception. Abbott Communications could become the first real counterforce to Newman dominance in years. Finally, Noah and Audra's impending reunion promises emotional upheaval. Their history is messy, their wounds still open. Noah left town in part to escape the heartbreak Audra caused. Now he is back, still fragile from surviving Matt Clark's violent spree in Los Angeles. Audra, meanwhile, is trying to rebuild her life while also fending off Claire's attacks. When these two collide again, the emotional fallout may rival anything else happening in Genoa City. Will this reunion provide closure? Spark something new? Reopen old wounds? Victor himself might even interfere, especially if he sees Audra as a better fit for Noah than Sienna. Today's YNR wasn't just an episode. It was a statement, a promise, a reminder that history informs everything, and that every storyline, no matter how small, is building toward something bigger. Michael and Lauren's tribute reminded fans that love can still triumph in a world built on secrets and lies. Christian LeBlanc's announcement reinforced the artistry behind the show, and the turbulence rising across Genoa City ensures that the coming months will be anything but predictable. If today felt like a celebration, tomorrow may feel like a storm. And that is exactly what keeps viewers tuning in. The Young and the Restless delivered one of its most heartfelt and nostalgic episodes of the year with the December 9th tribute honoring the 20-year marriage of Michael Baldwin and Lauren Fenmore Baldwin. In a landscape where soap opera relationships can dissolve overnight, and the past is often rewritten to suit new drama, this episode stood out as a testament to the rare couples who not only survive but thrive across decades of storytelling. The marriage of Michael and Lauren has long been one of the show's most stable, passionate, and enduring unions, and their anniversary celebration became a centerpiece of memory, warmth, and quiet emotional power. From the very first moment, the tone was clear. This was a love letter to a pairing that helped define the modern era of the Young and the Restless. Michael and Lauren have weathered villains, crises, tragic losses, family upheavals, and temptation, yet their bond emerged stronger each time. That journey was not only told through dialogue but showcased in the generous use of flashbacks that transported viewers back to some of the couple's most iconic moments. In an era where classic scenes are often tucked away in archives, the decision to present them so freely felt like a gift to longtime fans. Christian LeBlanc and Tracy Bregman have always had the type of affectionate chemistry that looks effortless but is grounded in years of shared work and trust. Their performances today carried the same spark that defined their early scenes together. Fans were reminded how these characters transitioned from flirtation to fiery conflict, from partnership to lifelong devotion. The flashbacks highlighted the nuances of their history, the way their love matured, and how their on-screen dynamic has remained irresistibly charming. As always in Genoa City, a celebration cannot happen without an unexpected twist. When Phyllis Summers suddenly appeared, Michael's reaction was tinged with both amusement and apprehension. He knows better than anyone how Phyllis inserts herself into situations with unpredictable results, often turning simple moments into headline-worthy chaos. But today, she surprised him. Instead of stirring trouble, Phyllis expressed genuine affection for the Baldwins and joined the festivities with warmth rather than disruption. Her presence underscored how intertwined the characters' lives have been for decades, creating a sense of community that only long-running soaps can convey. Michael and Lauren's banter stole the show, blending humor, flirtation, and deep emotional connection. Michael's playful bragging about his supposed irresistible charm and Lauren's equally playful denial served as a reminder that long-term relationships can remain exciting without losing their authenticity. Their dynamic has always been rooted in mutual respect, shared humor, and a refusal to take each other for granted. The writers leaned into that energy, showing that love after 20 years can be just as electric as the first kiss. The setting itself, the Genoa City Athletic Club, added layers of nostalgia. The club has been home to countless confrontations, celebrations, secrets, and revelations through the years. For Michael and Lauren, it symbolized a place where numerous life chapters unfolded. Holding their anniversary, there created a bridge between the past and the present, a fitting stage for a tribute episode grounded in storytelling history. The episode also made strategic use of off-screen mentions to ground the celebration in the couple's larger family life. Gloria was brought into the moment through a phone call, her presence felt even if she wasn't physically there. Mentions of Scott and Fenmore reaffirmed the Baldwin family's lasting importance to the Genoa City fabric. These small touches reinforce the sense of continuity that defines the heart of daytime drama. While the tribute episode focused on nostalgia and love, it also sparked renewed appreciation for Christian LeBlanc and Tracy Bregman, who have consistently delivered layered, emotionally resonant performances. Their commitment to their characters has shaped the evolution of Michael and Lauren's marriage into one of the most respected romances in daytime television. The flashbacks highlighted their youthful energy, and seeing those clips next to present-day scenes brought a sense of timelessness. LeBlanc may have changed his hair color, but the emotional essence remains the same. Bregman's portrayal remains elegant, expressive, and compelling. The episode also reminded viewers why Y&R has remained a titan of the genre. Its ability to merge the past with the present while honoring long-term stories is unmatched. For viewers who have followed the show for decades, these moments of reflection carry emotional weight. For newer viewers, they offer invitations into the deeper tapestry of the show's history. The combination of flashbacks, warm dialogue, and character-driven moments created an atmosphere that felt both celebratory and meaningful. In true Y&R fashion, the episode didn't simply rely on nostalgia without relevance. It subtly positioned Michael and Lauren's relationship as a grounding force in a world that is constantly shifting around them. Their story stands in contrast to the many turbulent, fragile romances that populate Genoa City. Even as plotlines grow more intense, and modern storytelling introduces unpredictable twists, Michael and Lauren represent stability. They remind viewers that love survives not despite chaos, but because of commitment, effort, and shared history. Their celebration also serves as a narrative pause, a moment of breathing room before the show inevitably shifts back into conflict across other storylines. Y&R excels at pacing, using emotional episodes like this one to create space between dramatic arcs. The audience knows the storm is coming, but today's calm offered a moment of gratitude and reflection. Tribute episodes often run the risk of feeling detached, but this one stayed rooted in character development and storytelling continuity. The subtle humor woven throughout the episode played an important role. From Michael teasing Lauren to the gentle jabs exchanged between friends, the levity balanced the emotional flashbacks. Humor has always been fundamental to Michael and Lauren's relationship. Even in the darkest storylines, they find ways to smile, to tease, to remind each other that love should also be joyful. Their anniversary episode captured that essence perfectly. The use of flashbacks was one of the strongest aspects of the episode. Instead of selecting scenes purely for shock value or dramatic weight, the choices reflected moments that define the emotional core of the couple. Early scenes, showing their initial romantic spark, contrasted beautifully with later moments depicting their maturity as a couple. Fans saw glimpses of their best-known storylines and quieter moments alike. By interspersing these clips naturally within the narrative, the episode avoided feeling disjointed. Instead, the past felt alive and deeply connected to the present. While the tribute centered on Michael and Lauren, it also subtly highlighted their place within the broader community of Genoa City. Characters like Phyllis, Gloria, Scott, and Fenmore remain intertwined with their lives, whether physically present or simply mentioned. Genoa City has always been defined by interconnected relationships, and the Baldwins' anniversary reaffirmed their importance within that network. The show excels at reminding viewers that no relationship exists in isolation. The episode also demonstrated the power of long-term storytelling. In many modern shows, relationships rarely last long enough to create deep emotional roots. Y&R, however, continues to embrace decade-spanning narratives that reward patient viewers. Michael and Lauren's marriage has seen its share of trials, including dark pasts, business conflicts, and family struggles. But through it all, the couple has stayed strong, their love evolving rather than fading. Today's episode honored not just their marriage, but the legacy of characters who have grown with the audience. The tribute episode also acted as a reminder that sometimes the most powerful storytelling lies not in high-stakes drama, but in reflection. It gave viewers space to revisit early memories while appreciating how far the characters have come. The pacing, the dialogue, the use of flashbacks, and the intimate moments all combined to create an atmosphere that felt warm, celebratory, and grounded in authenticity. The writing remained sharp and deeply attuned to the characters' voices. Michael's mix of humor, passion, and sincerity rang true. Lauren's grace, strength, and understated warmth were captured beautifully. Their dynamic has always been rooted in mutual trust, and that foundation remained evident throughout the episode. As the episode came to a close, fans were left with a renewed appreciation for one of Y&R's strongest couples. In a show known for shocking twists and dramatic upheaval, Michael and Lauren represent something rare: constancy. Their story is a testament to the power of enduring love, and their anniversary celebration served as a reminder that even in a world of endless drama, some bonds only grow stronger with time. This December 9th tribute episode was more than a look back. It was a celebration of legacy, performance, and storytelling excellence. It honored the past while reaffirming the emotional heart of the show. By embracing nostalgia and pairing it with heartfelt character moments, The Young and the Restless created an episode that resonated deeply with longtime fans and newcomers alike. The Young and the Restless star Christian LeBlanc is stepping into a new artistic chapter, one that expands far beyond the walls of Genoa City. As fans continue to enjoy his work as the sharp, warm-hearted, often mischievous Michael Baldwin on the long-running daytime drama, LeBlanc himself is preparing to take on a role that promises to stretch his talents in an entirely different direction. In early 2026, he will travel from the world of daytime television to the East Coast stage for a limited 3-night theatrical run that is already stirring excitement among theatergoers and devoted Y&R viewers alike. Christian LeBlanc has long been recognized as one of the most sophisticated and emotionally precise actors in daytime television. His portrayal of Michael Baldwin has spanned decades, covering everything from redemption arcs to high-stakes legal battles to the tender, enduring romance he has built on-screen with his wife Lauren Fenmore, played by Tracy Bregman. His work has earned him multiple daytime Emmy Awards and a reputation for bringing grounded intensity to every storyline. Yet theater has always been a foundation for LeBlanc's craft, and with this new project he returns to that space with the kind of material that demands raw emotional commitment. The new role places LeBlanc in Edward Albee's At Home at the Zoo, a powerful play that deepens and expands upon Albee's landmark work The Zoo Story. LeBlanc previously performed in a staging of The Zoo Story in September, and this next step allows him to continue that artistic journey. At Home at the Zoo is a 2-act experience that blends the original 1-act play with a prequel that Albee wrote decades later. In this expanded version, audiences witness the psychological and emotional foundation of the story long before the fateful park bench encounter unfolds. This production will star Christian LeBlanc alongside Broadway veteran Nancy Lemonegger, known for her commanding work in Chicago, Movin' Out, and Never Gonna Dance. She brings substantial musical and dramatic experience to the stage, making her a powerful counterpart to LeBlanc's introspective energy. Also joining them is off-Broadway actor Matt DeRogatis, whose previous work in The Zoo Story earned critical praise. The production is under the direction of Theo Devaney, who brings a modern, emotionally perceptive lens to Albee's celebrated text. Scheduled for January 15 through January 17, 2026, at the Jersey Shore Arts Center in Ocean Grove, New Jersey, this limited engagement promises an intense and thought-provoking theatrical experience. Each night presents something slightly different, and the first 2 performances include audience talkbacks that offer viewers a chance to engage directly with the creative team. Such conversations can shed light on the complexities of the work, including the emotional architecture that makes Albee's writing so enduring. At Home at the Zoo examines themes of intimacy, loneliness, the fragility of human connection, and the primal instincts that linger beneath the surface of civilized life. It is a story that exposes the fissures inside a marriage, the desperation that fuels human yearning, and the hunger that compels one man into a life-changing, and ultimately tragic, encounter in a New York City park. For LeBlanc, stepping into this world requires a stripping away of the familiar rhythms of soap opera storytelling. Albee's work is spare, sharp, and unflinching, and it demands a degree of emotional vulnerability that very few roles require. The production promises a visceral and psychologically charged experience. At its center is a portrait of marriage and the complexities of emotional restraint. Domestic intimacy and feral desperation collide in a way that forces audiences to confront their own interpretations of power, masculinity, and the universal need to be understood. The park bench encounter, famous for reshaping American theater when The Zoo Story premiered decades ago, remains the emotional climax of the expanded play. But with Albee's additional material, audiences see the lead character's emotional landscape long before the moment of crisis arrives. Tickets for this 3-night event start at $59, with a higher-tier VIP option that offers preferred seating. The production is presented by Ruth Stage and is available for purchase through Eventbrite. The anticipation surrounding this event is already high, not only because of the acclaimed material, but also due to LeBlanc's involvement. His fans are eager to see him embrace a role that showcases a different dimension of his talent. While Christian LeBlanc prepares for his stage run, his on-screen persona has also been in the spotlight. Recently, The Young and the Restless celebrated 20 years of Michael and Lauren's marriage with a nostalgic, heartfelt episode dedicated to the couple's journey. The tribute episode delivered a combination of fresh scenes and well-chosen flashbacks that reminded viewers why Michael and Lauren remain one of the most beloved pairs in the show's history. Their love story has endured countless obstacles, betrayals, reconciliations, and moments of triumph, and the milestone episode honored that history beautifully. One of the most touching aspects of the anniversary celebration was Michael's recreation of the casino-themed proposal that set the stage for their engagement 2 decades ago. From the moment he set up the scene, it was clear that he wanted to give Lauren more than a simple acknowledgement of their anniversary. He wanted to honor the beginning of everything. For longtime viewers, the recreation served as a reminder of how far the couple has come and how deeply they remain connected. In the episode, Lauren entered the Genoa City Athletic Club while speaking with Gloria, Michael's mother, on the phone. The playful, slightly chaotic dynamic between Lauren and Gloria has long been a source of humor in the show, and including her voice in the anniversary episode was a classic touch that grounded the moment in family history. Once Lauren realized what Michael had arranged, she was swept into a series of memories that accompanied the flashbacks. Viewers revisited the defining moments between Michael and Lauren, many of which showcase LeBlanc's growth as an actor over the years. Phyllis also appeared during the celebration, offering a brief interruption in a way that felt perfectly in character. Phyllis has always been a central figure in both Michael's and Lauren's lives. Her entrance, though unexpected, served as a reminder of the deep friendships that have developed around this couple. Though Michael was initially wary that she might bring chaos, her affection for the Baldwins was clear, and her presence added warmth to the atmosphere. During their celebration, Michael made a promise that delighted fans, a planned vacation for him and Lauren. He teased that the trip would include their son, Fenmore, and Lauren's son, Scott. It was a meaningful nod to family unity and a hopeful reminder that despite the many challenges the Baldwin family has faced, they continue to move forward together. Watching Christian LeBlanc and Tracy Bregman on screen together underscores why their pairing has endured for so long. Their chemistry remains effortless, playful, and grounded in a genuine affection that only strengthens with time. The anniversary episode was a tribute not only to the characters, but to the performers themselves, a recognition of their dedication to the roles and to each other as scene partners. It is no coincidence that the celebration of Michael and Lauren's marriage aired close to the announcement of LeBlanc's upcoming stage role. In many ways, the timing highlights the range and longevity of his career. He continues to bring emotional depth to the character of Michael Baldwin while simultaneously pursuing creative opportunities beyond daytime television. His decision to take on Albie's psychologically layered work speaks to his commitment to the craft and his desire to continually challenge himself. For fans of the young and the restless, Christian LeBlanc's upcoming theater performance is an exciting chance to witness his talent in a new environment. It is a reminder that daytime stars often carry with them a wealth of artistic experience that extends far beyond the television screen. As January approaches, anticipation continues to build for what promises to be a bold and memorable performance. Whether he is in a courtroom representing a Genoa City resident, standing beside Lauren during one of their emotional milestone moments, or stepping onto a stage to bring an intense Edward Albee character to life, Christian LeBlanc remains an actor who brings sincerity and passion to everything he does. His new role in At Home at the Zoo is poised to be one of the standout theatrical events of early 2026, offering audiences a rare opportunity to see a beloved performer in an entirely new light. The Young and the Restless. 3 things we want for Audra in 2026. Audra Charles has been one of the most compelling characters on The Young and the Restless in recent years. She arrived in Genoa City with ambition, confidence, and a talent for stirring up conflict wherever she went. Over time, viewers have begun to see new layers to her personality, particularly through her romance with Nate and her unlikely friendship with Amy. Even as she has schemed, stumbled, and suffered heartbreak, Audra has remained a magnetic force on the canvas. As we look ahead to 2026, there is tremendous potential for her character to flourish in fresh and surprising ways. Here are 3 story directions that could allow Audra to shine brighter than ever. 1. Let Audra survive the chaos in Genoa City. The tension between Claire and Audra has escalated to the point where many viewers worry the rivalry could take a dark turn. Their confrontations have grown increasingly volatile, and it is not difficult to imagine one altercation going too far. Some fans even speculate that Audra could end up gravely injured or dead, with Claire quickly taking the blame whether she deserves it or not. The two women have made no secret of their animosity, and their hostility has become one of the more dangerous dynamics in Genoa City. But eliminating Audra would be a mistake. She brings an edge and vitality to the show that few characters have matched in recent years. Her sharp wit, fiery temper, and confident swagger add energy to every scene she enters. Even Victor Newman has acknowledged her intelligence and savvy, and earning a nod from Victor is no small feat. Audra has proven she can go toe-to-toe with titans like Tucker, Nate, and Victor, and those confrontations have given the show some of its most riveting moments. More importantly, Audra still carries secrets that the audience has yet to fully explore. The mysterious incident in Los Angeles involving Holden continues to loom over her story, and its eventual reveal promises significant fallout. To cut her story short now would leave the mystery unresolved and rob the show of a fascinating arc. As a character who has had to fight her way forward without legacy family ties, Audra represents the kind of underdog viewers love to root for. She may be flawed, she may be messy, but she is also compelling, unpredictable, and uniquely driven. In 2026, she deserves not only survival, but a chance to reclaim control over her narrative. 2. Bring together Audra and Sally for a powerhouse partnership. ABBA Communications has the potential to become one of the most dynamic new ventures in Genoa City, and its success could hinge on the alliance between Sally and Audra. While Jill currently opposes the idea of bringing Audra into the fold, Sally sees potential where others see risk. She recognizes Audra's business experience, her instinct for strategy, and her talent for turning opportunities into wins. With Billy eager for ABBA Communications to make its mark, the timing feels right for a bold, unexpected partnership. Audra and Sally share a history of being underestimated. Both have clawed their way upward despite skepticism, setbacks, and complicated pasts. They are survivors, innovators, and women who understand the long climb from outsider to insider. Their combined drive could turn ABBA Communications into a formidable player in Genoa City's corporate landscape. Of course, the threat of Audra's Los Angeles secret remains. Claire is already digging, determined to expose whatever skeletons Audra has worked so hard to keep hidden. If Claire succeeds, the revelation could jeopardize Audra's future with ABBA Communications before it even begins. But Audra has never been one to back down from a challenge. Watching her fight to keep her position, clear her name, or outmaneuver Claire would create gripping drama while allowing her to demonstrate the tenacity that defines her character. A partnership with Sally would not just elevate them both professionally, it would also set the stage for a fierce, female-driven storyline full of ambition, rivalry, and resilience. 3. Allow Audra to thrive without needing a relationship. For much of her time in Genoa City, Audra's storylines have been closely tied to her romantic entanglements. Her relationship with Nate revealed vulnerability and warmth beneath her confident exterior, while her turbulent dynamic with Tucker showed her capacity for passion and conflict in equal measure. Yet romance has also been her downfall. She sabotaged her own chance at lasting happiness with Nate, and her attempts to win him back have made her appear increasingly desperate. In 2026, Audra needs to rediscover her independence. She is a woman with intelligence, ambition, and strength, and none of that should be overshadowed by her longing for a man who no longer trusts her. Instead of chasing reconciliation, Audra could take a step back and recenter herself. She has survived betrayal, heartbreak, and career setbacks before. There is no doubt she can thrive without leaning on a romantic partner. Watching Audra build a life rooted in her own power would be refreshing. She could focus on rebuilding her career, taking risks, forging alliances, and proving that her accomplishments stand on their own merit. As she reclaims her confidence, she may find love again someday, but it should happen on her terms, not as a desperate attempt to fix past mistakes. Audra has all the qualities needed to flourish independently: resilience, intelligence, self-awareness, and an undeniable spark. Letting her grow without relying on a romantic storyline would not diminish her character, it would elevate her. Looking ahead, no matter what trials come her way in 2026, Audra remains one of the most exciting characters to watch on The Young and the Restless. She is bold, complex, and endlessly intriguing. Keeping her alive, pairing her with Sally in a professional powerhouse, and allowing her to reclaim her independence would create fertile ground for compelling storytelling. Audra's journey is far from over, and with the right direction, the new year could be her most transformative yet. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Wednesday, December 10th, 2025, Victor targets Jack, Billy and Sally prep for their launch, and Noah and Audra cross paths. The battle lines are drawn in Genoa City as the drama intensifies on the upcoming episode of The Young and the Restless. Power moves, big launches, and emotional reunions headline the day as Victor Newman sharpens his focus on Jack Abbott, Billy and Sally prepare for another attempt at their dream venture, and Noah unexpectedly comes face to face with a woman from his past. Here's what to expect on Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. Victor sets his sights on Jack. Victor Newman has been on a strategic rampage, eliminating threats with ruthless precision. After dismantling both Kane Ashby and Matt Clark, Victor is poised for his next takedown, and this time the target is one of his most enduring rivals, Jack Abbott. The question looming over Wednesday's episode is what weapon Victor plans to use. With talk of the controversial AI program still swirling, it's possible Victor intends to deploy the software in his latest offensive strategy. But Jack isn't defenseless. Word around Genoa City is that he has been preparing a plan of his own, one that might involve shutting down the company tied to the AI technology before Victor can use it as a weapon. Their long-running feud has seen victories and failures on both sides through the years. Sometimes Victor extracts the ultimate revenge. Other times Jack outsmarts the Newman patriarch. This showdown promises to be another intense chapter in their storied rivalry, and Wednesday's episode hints that the stakes have never been higher. Billy and Sally gear up for their launch. After a series of setbacks and false starts, Billy Abbott and Sally Spector are ready, once again, to step into the spotlight with their new venture, Abbott Communications. Their earlier attempt at a launch party was a disaster, thanks to Kane Ashby, who dismissed the timing as inappropriate and sent their guests home. It was a humiliating moment for them both, but Billy and Sally haven't given up. This time, they're determined to move forward. On Wednesday, viewers will see the duo putting the final touches on their relaunch plans, hopeful that they can finally introduce their media company to Genoa City. The question is whether Kane, or anyone else, will step in to derail things again. Should Abbott Communications get off the ground, it could alter the power dynamics in the city's media landscape. Newman Media has long dominated the information game, but Billy and Sally's new outlet could provide a counterweight, preventing unchecked narratives and giving rise to fresh competition. If the launch succeeds, expect friction, retaliation, and some juicy showdowns between media giants. Noah and Audra's unexpected reunion. In a moment sure to stir old emotions, Noah Newman and Audra Charles will cross paths on Wednesday's episode. Their past was complicated, marked by passion, heartbreak, and the unraveling of Noah's emotional stability. When he left town to heal, few expected he would return with Audra still in the picture. But now both are back in Genoa City, though under much different circumstances. Noah's recent brush with danger in Los Angeles, where Matt Clark targeted him because of his parents, has already left him shaken. Adding Audra into the mix could deliver another emotional blow if old feelings resurface. Audra, meanwhile, is trying to rebuild her life after personal and professional turmoil, and Noah's return may force her to confront unresolved issues. There's also the looming question of Victor's interference. Victor has made no secret of his disapproval of Noah's relationship with Sienna. Could he see Audra as a useful tool in steering Noah away from a woman he distrusts? Given Victor's history of manipulating romantic entanglements within his family, it wouldn't be surprising if he tried to nudge Noah back toward Audra. Whether their reunion will reopen wounds, reignite sparks, or create new problems remains to be seen, but the encounter is sure to set off fresh drama. What's next? With battles brewing, romances shifting, and alliances on the brink, Wednesday's episode of The Young and the Restless promises a gripping hour of twists and emotional stakes. Victor's next gambit could reshape the power structure of Genoa City. Billy and Sally's future hangs in the balance, and Noah and Audra might be closer to a crossroads than either of them realizes. Stay tuned. Tension is rising, and no one is safe from the fallout. Subscribe for more latest update.